Good evening, I'm Laura Lee. Thanks for joining us. Dan has the night off. Many people choose to celebrate the Memorial holiday with family and friends for a long weekend. But honoring those who died in service is what Duluth Mayor Roger Reinert, who is a Navy veteran himself, hopes everyone will do instead. Northern News Now's Madison Green attended Reinert's first Memorial Day Proclamation as mayor, where he got emotional doing just that.
It's not Happy Memorial Day. It's not. And I know that for many it's a long holiday weekend, and I know that for many more it's the unofficial start of summer. But for those of us gathered here today, we know why today is remembered.
On the corner of Commonwealth and Stowe, Duluth Mayor Roger Reinert remembered the fallen soldiers from the Duluth area.
Today is the day we take a minute to remember Sergeant James Hubert of Duluth. Today is the day we remember Army Chief Warrant Officer Matthew Laurie, who died on May 26, 2005.
Chief Warrant Officer Laurie was serving in Iraq when the helicopter he was piloting was shot down. Reinert was on the state senate with Laurie's brother and found another twist of fate while handing out packets for Grandma's Marathon shortly after Laurie's death.
His wife came to pick up his. He had planned to come home to run Grandma's Marathon and had been training for it for almost 3 months and then was killed.
Their service doesn't have to die with them. At the very least, they're still here in our memories. At the most, their spirits are here with us and guiding us.
Marine Corps vet and keynote speaker Mike Waldron told his own story of service. He says on Memorial Day, after grief, there can be growth.
If we do a little good for them, then their legacy of service can continue. And this can be a better community and a better world because of them, and because of their sacrifice.
In Duluth, Madison Green, Northern News Now.
Madison, thank you. Now, Veterans Memorial in Gary, New Duluth, where the ceremony was held, was rededicated in 2012 to honor those who died while in World War II, Korea, Vietnam, the Gulf War, Operation Enduring Freedom, and Operation Iraqi Freedom.